I feel those happy feelings from deep in my soul. I give you happy feelings. Happy feelings, people. Happy feelings. All over the world, I give you happy feelings. Shine 'em up good, going through my neighborhood. Thank you. Man, I can get funky with it, y'all. Whoa, it just knocked something the fuck back. God damn. Wow. Kind of saw it too. There's some kind of energy here. It boom, it hit the chair, whatever. It's boom. I think it caught the energy off guard. It spelled it. Spelled it pretty good. May the power of blue argonite propel you. May the power of blue argonite propel you. May the power of blue argonite propel you. May each one of you understand the fractal of the Virga, of the thunderbolt, of everlasting energy. Cutting through ignorance. May you use the thunderbolt to cut through ignorance. And may you turn to the diamond so that the diamond can amplify all that you do. But you always keep in mind that the diamond can also hold negative energy, so you have to clear the diamond after its work is done. And I also give you the strongest fractal I can give you of the Virga that they offer. So you understand the true nature and the true power of the fractal given. And I give it freely to you. And the mantra, if you're brave enough to get into the mantra, again, it's all about the terrace. Even they use the terrace. You see that? That's the terrace. That's what it's leading you to. The mantra is the pyramid leading you to the terrace. So you can take it as it's up or down, whichever way you can do it. But that's what it's giving you. Those of you can seek, that want to seek. And finally, showing you the energy I'm pushing to you. The same thing. The full power of the Virga. Sure, you're going to like it. Sound can move and remove. Let's put a little more light on the subject. See the old man fully. Welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am your humble host, Big Pontiac. I'm also the holder of the sacred ball game created by the Hero Twins, which also makes me want to share that the ball field is also part of creation. But I am also your one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of the Chocolate Mountaineers to this galactic patio terrace, which reaches from Minnesota to the universe. And tonight on deck, when you go to these people and tell them what you want, it's like they go dig up and they can find it. And then there's you got to hit them up when you going to bring some more? Like David Ruffin, when David Ruffin wanted that crack, he gave him his Lincoln up for the crack and go get some more. Well, that's what I told him. I bought this and said, when can you get some more? And I'll buy all you can bring. Can't do it right now. I'm chopping. So pop them if you got them. And this is truly some red beer. Look at that. Indeed. Look at that. And the George Killian's Irish Red. See? It's kind of got to put both. And even though I didn't bring the bag in here, I am on herb edibles. And the stronger stuff has come in edible form. They have 12% THC in a candy bar form. And I've still got a full bag. So I was like, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll come check it out. So smoke them if you want them. Who's? Oh, we got the party people tonight. V, Bender in the building. Nice. Thank you for joining me. Deep in my soul. That's right. That's right. Frankie Beverly, baby. You know, Frankie Beverly was end up, Marvin Gaye got a divorce from his second wife. His second wife, like, yeah, I slept with Frankie Beverly. You know. Just like she was into hitting the stars. So she was just a bust down girl from the beginning. Dread, what's happening? Sherry Lita. OTF, how you doing? The one, Aggie Pride for sure. I was just looking at I'm one of the Aggie groups of the old football players, and he put like a lot of action figures and put his boys' faces in them. Beautiful, which is really beautiful. One of the most exciting piece of omen sculpture I ever saw was basically they put this head on top of Gail Sayers. Like whoever made this little piece of art, it was only about this big silver, and it was years ago I found this. But what it was they put they took a pose of Gail Sayers, and they were able to make it in one of the moves he made, because I had the picture at the time, and they put the omen head in, and they put the middle wrap around the waist, because that was part of and I think that's where they get the belt from, is they get the belt from the omen, because it's called a yoke, and the yoke was one of the most important parts. You see older figures on Pinterest, if you see little figures and they've got the big yokes, which is probably what they wore in more than playing in the games. It was some kind of symbol of the victory of the champ. Oh, and on Lo and Behold too, this is Nobody's Fool. This is my co-host, Forgot. And as much as so is the great Bacall, Starface Flower. So, Marvin Gaye, I Want You, and Pontiac in the glory days, burning the Winston-Salem Rands, the Aggies. Use all the magic for sure. All the magic for sure. Oh man, let me tell you. Okay. I guess I'll chop like this for real. Okay. I think this reality really tried to take me out again. I really do. However, I seem to have made it. I could say I damn near had an episode very similar that took him out weeks before, well, a few weeks ago, But, yeah. So, something's going on. It's just the way this whole thing is working, I'm really cutting through it. Really cutting through a lot of it. And that's why I try to tell everyone, and share, like, you can just cut through this thing. No, you may not say blink and I'm rich, but you move the way you want to move and things are more favorable for you. And that's all real magic is making things and conditions more favorable for you and build upon them things. Because this system is so robotic. Where you can just really tap into the system, follow it. It will put you without even noticing who you are in a lot of ways. If you just follow some steps in this system, you can plug in and just move through it. No matter what you really say. If you do the other parts of this system, the way it moves, you can move through it. Regardless of how you feel about it. Now, I left a book over there, and I really wanted to start off with this. And this is kind of one way they try to define history. And part of it's true, but not really all of it's true. So one way they try to define American history is they try to tell you that two things happened. They killed a lot of people, and the people they didn't kill got sick. Now, one practice that the early British did when they came into America, one practice that they did that had the most outcome was they were one of the first people to come in and do total war against the people on the East Coast. They started total war. They were into killing women and children because if you kill women and children, the people can't thrive. And they did that. But they tell a story that everybody either they killed them off being sick or they killed them off in their butchery. And then we know that's not true. We know a lot of people survived. A lot of people was able to move away from them. Still a pretty big country. North, I mean, it was still people that was able to move away, had skills, move away. And yes, bothered by them, but still able to get and survive. Oh, Lorenzo, how you doing, my man? Thank you for joining me. And I might as well say, highlight that tonight's cigar is again acid. And this is the acid. Okay. The acid liquid. Not sweet. You know, if you don't want a sweet cigar, not cheap. I mean, not terribly expensive. It's still a $10 cigar in these times. Maybe 9 something. I think maybe 9 something. Not sweet, though. It's an acid cigar that's not sweet. So, just Jody. Thank you. Thank you. SD. Nah, I don't smoke these. Nah, I ain't smoking no cigar. Maybe outside. I ain't smoking none up in here in the house, though. Tell you what, I'll do a video outside and I'll smoke one outside. But nah, I ain't smoking it in here. Not in here. I don't want all this shit with no. That shit would be all in the walls. It's timing, that's all. It's just timing. Let's celebrate. Light the cigar. Yeah, I celebrate every day, baby. Your Boston Red Sox, the Yankees is kicking ass, and the Twins are kicking ass too. The Twins are kicking ass. So what's up with the SD? What's up with the Red Sox? You a big Red Sox guy? Your guy ain't been on here at what, OTF? I think he's the Yankee guy. Any of you guys watching that stuff about Jeter, my homeboy? Anybody catching any of that? It's so funny. They're trying to make that like Jordan because he did have what, 5 titles, and he played 20 years, but he won what, almost 4 titles in a row, something like that. So, oh, there he is. We bringing him out. We bringing him out. Look at this. Talk about him, and here they come. Talk about here we go. 2 games back from wild card could be worse. You buried. 2 games back from wild card. You reaching. 2 games back. You reaching. Yankees is kicking ass and taking names. They're kicking ass and taking names. Yankees lost both games today. I had them stacked to my fantasy pick. Ooh, that don't mean nothing, though. That don't mean nothing. 2 games today don't mean nothing. They coming back from the All-Star break. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. They're pretty solid this year. And I follow baseball pretty decently. It's hard to bet. I'll say that. Fucking baseball. Because, they give you series and you know, it just doesn't make sense. Like you do these parlays, you're going to do the parlays for the whole series, just to really make money. And that shit's kind of picky. Kind of tricky, excuse me. We beat the Yankees. We ain't talking about history. Lorenzo, I think you talk about CW. Oh, okay, CW. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe CW. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is CW. Thank you. No disrespect. The script has the Boston. You said the same thing about the basketball. I bet Warriors. No, you capping now. You did not have Warriors game 6. No, you did not. You are capping now. You definitely cap it. Yeah, they definitely say less. Definitely, PJ, say less. You definitely say less. You cap it. Hey, you better make some money. Donate to the cause. If you hit, you hit. You better make some money. I know. I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you. I'm grooving tonight, so I'm just messing with you. All right, now they picking look at the odds coming the season up. They picking this high odds for the Heat. High odds to Heat going all the way. Definitely high odd. What is it? What did I see the bet today was? Yeah, it's a lot of high odds if you pick the Heat right now. The Heat are the hot pick right now coming in the season up. Coming for the upcoming season up. So I don't know. We follow that. Astros got the Yankees number. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think the script is going to put them back in again. They might keep them competitive, but I don't think the script is going to put them back in. Just don't see it. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. Yeah, more of me. All right. Better. Okay. Better. I don't know. Yeah, Astros been beating the yard, leading the yard. Huh? Astros been beating. Yeah, the Astros. Let's see though. Let's see what y'all talking about at the end of August. Okay. Let's see what y'all talk about at the end of August. That's all I got to say. I'm saying Twins is gonna be there. Yankees gonna be there. I would say right now, Twins, Yankees, American League Championship. Saying it right now. Twins and Yankees, American League Championship. Yankees, Red Sox. I'm not saying they would, but they have been beating the Yankees as of late. See, there you go. There you go, Lorenzo. Say less to you. Say less to you. Devers home run. Oh, he's back playing? Oh, he ain't hurt no more? Last I knew Devers was hurt. Okay, I'm glad to see you back playing. Yeah, get out of here with that. Nope, ain't nobody on the Twins' ass. We got the best hitter in the league. We got another Rod Carew. Aleves, he's another Rod Carew. He bat left-handed, and he gonna probably lead the league in hitting. And we got him, and they got Planenko and Braxton. Now, Braxton don't get hurt. Twins gonna be in the American League Championship. Now I ain't saying they're gonna let them win. They probably gonna have the same way the Timberwolves. You know, they're gonna lose like the Timberwolves lost, but they're gonna be up in that. Watch. The pitching is pretty solid. Even the relievers, pretty solid. They got guys they bring up that give them good innings. You know, so their pitching is solid. The minor leagues, the pitching they got and they bring back and forth, them dudes ain't bad. I watch all Twins baseball. I like watching baseball. So we gonna see Guardians. Get out of here with that Guardians. You know who beat the Twins was who just before the All-Star break we lost the series to. We lost to the White Sox. We end up 1-3 at the White Sox right before the World Series. We only picked up one before the All-Star break. We lost the series to the White Sox. I think it was 1-3. It was I think it was 4 games, or it was 2-1. But I think it was a 4-game series, but I could be wrong. Yeah, because maybe it was a 3-game series and they lost 2-1, but I want to say they lost 3-1. So everybody betting Yankees and Dodgers, Red Sox gonna yeah. We know where you at. We know where you at. You better start putting your money on the Heat because don't look for the Red Sox to come through. They were showing, if y'all was watching my homeboy Derek Jeter, the captain stuff. I forgot how they let Strawberry fight when they played. They played Baltimore, and it was like one of the dudes got hit, and they was all starting to fight. And man, Strawberry, one of the best sucker punches ever showed on Sports Fight. He sucker punched the pitcher. I mean, he got it good. It was like the pitcher was like facing off dudes, you know. And out of nowhere, Strawberry dropped it. He had a quick one, boom, and you see dude just drop. So that was interesting watching. baseball, I don't know about the baseball fights. Also in the baseball fight, you see where Derek Jeter's laughing. So I don't know. If I'm looking to whip somebody's ass and get a punches in, I'm not laughing going in. Like, oh, no, I'm mad and about to go punch somebody. I've been in mass brawls, and that's what you do. You punch you see who the opponent is, and you punch them. In A&T, we beat up the Qs in Moore Gym. Beat them up. I mean, they probably outnumbered us, but we outmuscled them and really beat them up. Shannon Sharp versus Skip. What's the best debate? Who's the best debate? Who's the best? I don't really watch them. No, I don't get up early enough. I might catch the late show they make for California. I don't get up and watch them. I'm like tired of them giving them energy. It's just not even worth it. They're both clowns. I like Shannon Sharp. Really sad the way he got, put out the league, that neck injury thing that Michael Irvin ended up retiring. I mean, you just take them shots in your head and your neck. You can't take too many of them shots, and then a game where, Daryl Stingley got paralyzed from a very similar shot. I mean, I know, I'll tell this story. I'm friends with a dude that played in that game where Daryl Stingley got hurt. Jack Tatum hit Derek Stingley in the neck. And one of my Facebook friends was actually in that game. He was a dude who, like me, bounced around the league. But he was with New England. He was with New England at that game. And he was saying, how they went in the locker room. This was before halftime he got hurt. And can you imagine, Now, I played a game where a new dude got his neck broken. The helicopter actually landed on the field. Yeah, as I was saying, and you watch that thing about Derek Jeter, when he's playing down in Greensboro with the Hornets, it's the same field where I played my first 2 years before the Aggie Stadium was built. We played War Memorial where the Hornets played. But this brother was there and just saying, that's do you understand? You all go to the game together. And in some ways it's like being gladiators. As I said, my every college game I played, my coach always before the games read the Lord's Prayer. I mean, this is like superstition beyond superstition for each person, because it's that ability. It's the ability in that one sport, not say boxing, but even boxing, you can quit at any time. But this is one sport where that one play, everything could change. I mean, everything can change to brighten your future. Everything can change where you have no future. Everything can change where, it's an interruption in one moment. Or failure. I'll say that. I'll add that too. Where everything in that one moment is a failure like a motherfucker. Dodgers and Red Sox, you tripping. You tripping. You tripping. You are really tripping. You smoking the shit that I'm smoking. I smoked a little bit of my good shit tonight. Edibles seem better. But the new edibles is hitting. I think I'm going to go get the chocolate bar tomorrow, and I'll let y'all know. Fun day tomorrow. Well, let me tell you, I played, the pickleball championship. One of them was today. And I was watching the people, and I'm there. They're peaking now. I don't want to really peak in pickleball until the end of August, September. But so that's why I'm kind of waiting to get a new paddle. But I'm there. Like, we played right after the championships, and it was like we partied at the pickleball park on the reservation. I mean, we partied because they had tents and shit and food, and we played a few games, and like I was like in the middle, kind of like doing the line drills and shit. But just, applauding them, and they watched the championship. But I played with all the champions. One dude he's played a couple months and was in the championship of this. But then we were playing. It's like people kind of watching us playing, and I hit one shot that froze everybody. It was like I hit it, and it's like when you play pickup ball, when 5 people play, it's a play where you see one motherfucker's better than everybody. You play pickup, and it shows. A good motherfucker will show you that I'm better than everybody here. It's one play that just you show. It was like, not only that, but it was like I hit a shot where like they all kind of like, should I be playing with him? It's kind of cool. It's like boom. So the shit is coming on. So But it was partying with these motherfuckers out there getting drunk, food, laughing, and I love that. And out at the reservation, you know. And it's good that they worked that. The reservation took that motherfucking that they had one of them turbines they forced them to buy, waste that money, that bullshit. That shit is not worth nothing. When you take them turbines down, you know what them turbines run on? Diesel. Now, Iowa, when you go into Iowa, they got forever, forever. It's kind of cool when you drive on a dark night, you see all these rows of lights. That's these motherfuckers. That's kind of cool at night. But a lot of times they running on diesel to generate power. And when they break down and they're useless, you can't tear. This is non-destruct. This is not destructible. So you know what? If all the things tear up, I'm going to find it, and I'm going to find this stuff. I'm going to dig all those up, and I'm going to build something out of this non-destructible material. You guys get it? Oh, beautiful. We are still part of the heat wave. 87 today, so 90 something tomorrow. So it ain't went away. It's 75 degrees right now. I ain't got the air on. I'm going to sleep with air on though. So it's still hot everywhere. I want to go over this again. A little preaching. I'm going to preach a little bit, if y'all don't mind. Like, as I said, you know, you guys that listen to me long enough, meditation really can be blinking. You can really blink and get a meditation. I mean, that's part of it. It's a reset. You can blink and get a reset. And you blink often. So a blink can give you a reset. And I mean, most people don't even understand that they blink. They don't feel that it's come so natural for people. They don't see it as the moments being, you know, but that's what we do. That's just the way that our eyes, that these protect us. The same when your third eye opens up, these eyes be like this shit be wanting to open up because it's like it doesn't understand why you are seen and this ain't part of it. I mean, it's really a interesting kind of phenomenon when you can shut all this off, but yet you see it. This part doesn't understand it, and it's trying to force. It really is. Your lids try to force open because it senses that you're seen, but it doesn't understand. Its job is to protect the eyes. If you can dig that. So I just want to say, I've said this before. It's two ways you can do this kind of thing. I say, like when I'm wondering if attachments are near me, what I do is a lot of times when I get into a meditation, I'll do little individual hold. So one way of fighting as thoughts come that probably aren't your thoughts, I say just hold. Another word is I want to say reject that, but that's basically what it is. It's pushing that away. Don't count that. Push that away. And that's not it. But that's basically what it is. It's like another way of thought is like I'm not going to even think. I'm not even gonna have a different because the way thoughts come in. This is the best way to explain. The way thoughts come in, a thought will come in. And then it's like you have to kind of you have to connect to the thought. If you understand. Because you can ignore thoughts that come in. You can just ignore them. Your body, everything can ignore them. The thought comes in, you can ignore that shit. If that makes sense to you. And so the thought comes in and you don't have to react to the thought. Because it's almost electrical molecule kind of thing. You know, you have to feed into it for it to move forward past just the thought. Reaction, movement. If that makes sense to you. But you can just push that away. You can push that away. Cancel that. That's it. That's the best one. Cancel that. It comes in, hey, say fuck everybody. Cancel that. Hey, look at Sally. Cancel that. Hey, call Kim. Cancel that. You throw all those cancel that's out there. That's what you do. Did you catch Barkley's comments about LIV? He said we all took blood money. Yeah, I caught that. But he been took blood money. He played in the NBA. Hey, Sheralita. Yeah, he been took the blood money. So they're changing the league. One league wants to be funny, they changing the league. So that's the power of the individual. If people stick together and know they're the show, they can just move past. Do you understand? That's all they're doing. It's a business move. It's like, okay, we don't like your business. They're giving us better business, same coverage. Do you feel me? Old thing, do you feel me? But that's what it is. Do you understand? That's what it is. So it's a great business move, but he's right. Yeah. Yeah. So he's right about it. It's self-empowerment. Don't count on them. So it ain't just that. He's in all the I mean, who's paying for Barkley being in all these commercials? Who's paying for that? But I mean, spiritually, what is the payment for that? I haven't seen a bunch of deaths, a bunch of sacrifices, a bunch of shaming. I mean, yeah, he went through initiation. He fucked Madonna. That was initiation. He was getting initiated. Him fucking with Madonna. That's what made the way where he at now is him fucking with Madonna. Same way with Kim, the way she moved through. Do you understand? He moved through the same way. There was others that ain't shit now that moved through them. What's his name? The baseball player where the ball bounced off his head, where he was taking steroids so much his dick and his nuts went up in his stomach. Him and his twin brother. He went through the same initiation. He ain't shit now. See? So it ain't everybody. You go through that shit, it don't guarantee that you're going to get more. It's just at the time. But so I just wonder, you was talking, I mean, PJ was talking about Barkley. What? Man, iPhones say less. iPhones say less. Yeah, Barkley probably is bending over. Yep. Dixon nuts. That's a good point. He probably is bending over. That's the only thing I can think of is that kind of the blind initiation. No doubt, no doubt. That's why the Yankees winning time, or excuse me, the Lakers winning time. It shows magic going to that place where them players was, and doing the ritual, sex magic, and he's been through all that, and he probably is. He probably is. As I said, that Cuba Gooding Jr., where he was a hitman, and the dude calling people to come pump him. And, y'all remember that movie? I forget the movie, but Cuba Gooding Jr. was a hitman. He put on an outfit of a woman. He went over to a dude's room. The dude was waiting, and it was like Brokeback Mountain time. It's like, he's like, oh, I've been waiting for you. You're late. The dude just comes in. He gets over the couch, and he pulls his pants down. And you see it more in the reflection, and Cuba don't say anything, but they do the thing. The first movie I saw, and this is not to offend anybody, but the first movie I saw was in the 80s. It was two dudes. And it was two dudes, one dude on top of the other, like doing it that way to get inside of his, don't say ass, say rectum. Rectum, hell, it killed him. But in that kind of thing. But that was the first time on TV they ever showed that kind of thing. And that was in the 80s. I saw that at HBO. It was man on top of man, not, doggy style. I was like, I didn't know that would work for them. I was like, what? Like, they can do it like that too? What? Come on. You breaking up some other motherfucker? You should start following Korean baseball. Oh, okay. That's where I busted that one show was Korean baseball. You're late, SD. Tell them, y'all. I caught what? Last summer or summer, whatever, when they admitted that if the dude couldn't hit the curve, they don't throw the curve because the Koreans was the only baseball they could show. And that's what they said at 3, 4 in the morning. You know me, I'm up every day at 3, 4 in the morning. My organs are working perfectly. I get a lot of rest. Very rarely don't I get rest. Look at I look good. I'm 61. I look good. Still hoop. Uh, this nigga's got some funny shit tonight. Oh my goodness, I gotta write your shit down. You're funny tonight. That's gotta be a stinking C. I'm gonna come back and write that shit down. You are killing them. That made it look to Barkley. That made me look at Barkley differently. I'm wondering. I'm telling you, he ain't had no embarrassment other than Madonna bringing him in. Oh my goodness. Oh my good. I remember that video on the old channel. Yes. Y'all making me laugh. Absolutely looking good. Thank you, dear. That's funny though. That is so funny. You guys are killing me. PJ, you are killing me. Oh, it's making this shit break all around me. Oh, I'm gonna talk shit about myself. I'm stupid tonight. I put one of my chains out and I just started wearing my chain with my motorbike. And I put it on my tens unit and fucking I'm high and not paying attention. And my cat done knocked this shit around here somewhere. So it's about roughly that motorbike's worth more than the chain. I didn't even say, but I'm not tripping off that, y'all. I'm like, okay, I was stupid for a minute. I was stupid for a minute. So how about Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey's funny. They did that after the foot. Oh, he kissed Dick, or what's his name? Not Dick Mata. Maybe it was Dick Mata. I'll tell you the funniest part of Steve Harvey. When Steve Harvey, he used to come on, and Steve Harvey always had a big hole in his afro. That was the funny part. When they started exposing that, that was funny. He would come out there, you know, and like it was dudes I knew like that. You could look at old R&B singers where their hair be way back, but they have the afro in the back, so they still be like afro, you know. I guess kind of bozo the clownish. And I told you the funniest dude was my man, one of my friend's brothers, where he just had it hanging Jerry curled in the back. He had a Jerry curl, but it was only in the back. Like his stylist said, you know what? You got hair in the back that's pretty good hair. And I think if we activate it, it'll just be dripping, you know? I don't know. He's my man. I'm joking. He could hoop too. He's one of my hoopers. Me and him beat three dudes. Me and this guy beat three guys. Me and him. We played to 15 against three people. I scored. Fuck. I think I scored 13 out of the 15. They couldn't stop me. It was two dudes guarding me, and I killed them. And you could like dribble, like the macro is you can dribble in the macro, and like they let me dribble in, and neither one of them can stop me. I would go by each one of them. It was like they played my man 1-on-1, and two dudes guarding me, and they would like be wide. But if they checked me close, I would just go the way they was and score. The other dude checked me close, I would go left, score. They didn't took both moves, go to the middle, score. Yeah, I scored like 13, and we ended up getting third place. My boy tore his Achilles. I've told that story before, but it was fun. You know about water witches, people who can find water wherever they are. Can you tell us something about how they do that? LT, that's a witch? It don't take a witch to do that. I mean, damn. It just takes copper and dowsing rods. Actually, you can take these. These can lead you to water too. Technically, copper is a little better conducive of that. But the copper, you can buy them. Last I know on eBay, you can still buy dowsing wires on eBay. So the old-fashioned way, the way they used to do it, you know. You can use this to loose shit. I'm gonna have to pull this out later. Find my goddamn chain. These cats that knocked down. My female cat knocked down. That's all right. Shit. I'm about to get more gold. I ain't worried about what the cat did. But you can use this This can lead you to water too. And that one didn't you lead you? I'd pull this one out too. I'd pull either one. You could use both of them, you know. But these could find water too. But the dowsing rods is just, you know, you can make sticks out of dowsing rods too. You actually can take two sticks and make just sticks out of a dowsing rod. You can just break two sticks about equal, cross them over, you know, and with the intention of finding the water. So I don't really think you need to be a witch to do that. That would be really low witches. You know, only low witches would. I don't even know why that would be a witch, water witch. I don't really get that. But okay, you should have tried out for the Pistons. Hey, you know my guy, I might end up. Tommy tried out with the Pistons. I never. Tommy did though. Tommy's. I don't think Tommy played college, but Tommy got to play. Guy I look forward to playing pickleball with. Tommy played out with the Pistons. No, that sprayed a haircut by Jermaine Jackson. Oh man, yeah, Jermaine Jackson was the first to do it. What was the basketball player from Duke? He was the worst with that paint. They paid him. You know, he got paid. They paid him to put that paint on and the fake hair. He got paid to do it. What do you think about the OKC Thunder adopting a new approach, adding a bunch of European players? I mean, it was Dallas. It was first San Antonio, and then they switched it to Dallas. So that's what they want. They want the league to be 50% European, African, 50% us. So that cuts out, you know, one out of two people. That cuts out in the NBA, or, you know, those chances. Now, I'll say this. This is what they've done that's positive. There is a league for dudes who just can't hoop in college. There is a league there, and maybe not quite ready for G League. They've set that up. Get paid. The G League is greatly expanded. Right now, what's going on is they're doing the regionals for the money tournaments. Now, you know, my history with money tournaments goes back to 87, 88. This has always been going on. I mean, we would win, as I said the other night, we would win some money tournaments and get these big ass clocks and shit. This shit would be sweet. You know, it's just some nice shit we used to get for them. And we would get money, but they would give us this extra shit too. Now, you would get, it was some money tournaments where we got about, I would get 5,000 because I paid for everything. My guys got about 3. And they would give us each these big kind of, it was like weather. It was all kind of just, but big, nice trophies too. Do you understand? They don't give us cash and we get the trophies. So that's why, you know, I people about the participation. I think everybody, you play, you should get rewarded. To remember the day. You sat there, you cheered, right the fuck on. You came every day, you practiced. See, that's saying practice don't mean shit. That's what that's saying. That's what you're saying. You're saying only the games mean something. When you saying participation, trophies don't count. You just counting practice. You just counting the child going to practice every day. And you saying, well, my child sucked in the game. He didn't do shit in the game. Only certain children did shit in the game, played well in the games. My child would, but you'll repeat that. You'll say, well, I took him to every practice. He played every practice. And you say he shouldn't get shit. Only the ones that did well get shit. Only if you go to the championship game. What did I tell you? I'm the holder of the sacred ball game. I understand all of it. And if I can spread my magic to a child that makes the child feel good because he went to practice every day, he was disciplined enough, then he got rewarded. Oh my goodness! As I said, they took my piece of motivators away, but it ain't the only piece. Y'all know this. Fuck. I paid about 2, 3 for this, and it's worth 3 times. It's worth 10 times that much. This piece is worth 10 times what the fuck I paid for it, which is a good deal. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah. Let me see. There we go. Look at that. See, that's the pattern. You know, it shows impact. You know, this shows that the impact that it made when it hit, but yet this shit was up in the sky when it crashed down. Mother Piece has more of the flower on the other side. Feel that? Trying to push that energy. This shit is, it's the fucking bomb. Helps with memory. This and I mean, Shugite also is made to help humans. Motivite, Shugite are two, and this is the oldest mineral that there, or oldest stone. There's no stone older than this. And it only grew in one part of the world to show you. This was once alive. When there was before there was oxygen, this was alive. Oxygen made this turn into a stone. But it didn't kill the life in the stone. Definitely send that Talalak energy out there, baby. So I say I just got back from the storm. You don't know if I'm going or coming from the storm. So I tell people I'm a storm. You dealing with me, you're going to get the storm. I am not a simple, feeble-minded thinker. You know, I'm going to bring up everything. I think these are, you know, I did this for a long time. This kind of works. Kind of works. And this is plastic, probably 3D. You can also get a ceramic one. Because the original one, the helmet part is collapsed. What did I miss? Talk about practice. How am I supposed to make my teammates better by practicing? NBA is just shoot arounds, not the game. Well, I'm not saying the game's not important, but I'm saying that for children, it's not as important as a later level. That's all. It's the truth. The fool embarrassed us. And I offer these children down there millions or more just to play ball at their schools, and they're getting without playing it down. It's the potential. They pay for potential. And it must have been on the booze. Yeah, Carlos Boozer. Yeah. Our fracture holding will help Red Sox. It's funny. You are so funny. That is so funny. I called Allen Iverson. We talking about practice. Yeah, it's a big part, man. It really is. Like I was telling you, this killer. I told the story the other night. This killer, when he was ninth grade, came to every practice. He was my main man. When you have a team of about 13, 14 children, you don't know who's going to show up, but yet you got to put in football. This young man came to every practice. And I don't know his background. I didn't know his people. But, you know, I was probably one of the few men he could depend on be there every day for him. And I'll tell you, I used to run into him after he was a killer. And it was funny. It was funny. Because I can remember how he looked at me the last time I really, was really rowdy. I remember how he looked at me when he was a killer. I could have killed him. Easy. Easy. I could have killed him. I could have approached him and killed him. Because and I'm going to explain this. When you play the role of the killer and you are the killer, it's it. Like old cowboy days, there wasn't no rest. You always had to probably pop somebody. But there was a period where men feel that if they did this and they was getting away with it, if they was, can't nobody touch you. And because you come in a casual manner, even though that's your man from, long ago, I would have been the perfect person that they came to and say, kill him, and could have killed him easy. Because that's how it works. And it would have been the same. I could have killed him in a club and wouldn't have nobody told on me. Just like when he killed the dude outside the club, didn't nobody tell on him. But that was his mentality. He killed another cat too. He killed another cat. He out free. He did a few years from some other shit. They ain't getting for killing. Oh, you ain't putting me on TV with no shoe shine on my head. Yeah, no doubt. I ain't never dyed my shit. My son, we dyed his hair. I remember, well, it was cool. Everybody was calling him Slim Shady at the time when he was dyeing his hair. So probably 2000, 2001, 2006. And I tell you, my favorite story of my son, I'm sitting there with my man, like we hustled. My man was probably, I think he was working with them folks. I don't, he never did any time, but that was my man. That was one of my old high school guy, and he's dead now. But he was we became friends when we played in high school after the games. It really just after the games. And so when I came around as a young man, it was like, shit, I've known this dude 3 years. He hooped there. And so he was one of the first people I really hustled with. And just to try to, God, I didn't even, I said, God, I didn't expect the story to turn, but let me tell you how. Like, when you build with people, and especially people, shit, how do I want to say? Okay. So when you build with people, you build with them, and behind the scenes, you doing other shit. You just doing shit. You getting shit done. You doing this hustle thing, but behind the scenes, you putting it all together. And each of one of us is putting all our shit together behind the scenes in a separate way, but we all come together and it's like we all dealing with each other. You understand? And so this is my man. I made a major move. I fucking bought me a house. I had like 18 grand at one time. I bought a house. I'm like, fuck, how much? Boom. No, they got funky and they wanted about 2-3 more thousand after that, and it's like it was arguing with him and shit, and I had to come up with that. But it was like, fuck that. My friend helped me move into my house. It's like, yo, I'm moving. Can you help me? Like, say less. We from Michigan. Say less. He shows up. We move in my house. And the nigga starts hating on me behind my back as soon as he helped me move in. This is months. We've been doing this thing. And then, like, I guess I should have caught it because one time we was kind of moving, and then, like, I hit a lick, and I, like, had to re-up, and he was there when I re-upped because our man was, like, the man. He was the source, and, like, I'm re-ing up, and he was, like, he cut into me, he's pocket watching. Back in the 80s, this nigga's pocket watching. Because I had a bad habit of stuffing money in my wallet. I had a bad habit of that shit. I got money, and I just stuff it in the wallet, just force that motherfucker sitting on some shit. You know how they say woman with big butts sit extra high. It's like you sit extra high. That was days. And really it's like it changed the relationship. It did. And then they did some shit. I don't know. They said he got busted, and I'm like hearing this shit about these niggas, and the other nigga got busted, Then one nigga I see 10, 11 years later is living somewhere else. I'm like, oh. And my man Randy's passed, Children, had a child, died too. And they had zombie stories, Because I watched their women and how sloppy they was with their women. Now these two cats was brothers, yet one went after another's woman, overcame. That was the enticer. Come over, I got cane, you know, Randy ain't around. Come over, I got cane. And once you start them, you know, you working, you gone, you whatever, and somebody in their ear, you know, in their mind, you know, they'll just think, well, you know, I go over, do a little cane and whatever, but you know, what it's all about. And they had that between them, and that young lady ended up getting destroyed. Sweet, sweet girl at one time. But that's how them niggas did to each other, which I didn't understand. That is like the most animalistic kind of form or behavior to a friend. And both these guys at one point was doing well into seeing probably for Dana 10,000 a day. Randy was probably seeing 6,000-7,000 a day. This is how well it was going. How well it was going. Now, as I said again, I think they work for the people. I really do. But this is they was living well. You know, I said before, Battle Creek was a town where it's just VA patients. Dana was, you can't really say he's slinging. If you key level, you ain't slinging out your house. You know, all the players end up having to come and deal with him at that place. That's where he did his business. It's interesting. That's what I'm saying. He had all the guns in that place too. He had all the keys up in that motherfucker, but he also had all them guns everywhere with them crazy ass patients. I never understood that. That shit, Kevin Hart, he copied that because Dana was like that. Dana be like, watch this by the door. And he'd peer a gun. Just like, this is a nutty motherfucker. We'd be just sitting somewhere and like, shh, it's a gun right here. Like usually Houdini nigga with the gun, but just that kind of thinking, you know. So understand, you build with people, no matter how much money you can make, people get funky, even if they got more money than you. If you make a move, and your peers think that the move is bigger than them a little bit, I used to hustle cars so much. Dealers give me cars. People would cut into me. What kind of car is that? Go buy from him. Free cars. You understand? Free cars. Somebody be like, I want an S class. Drive up. This is what you got. What you want done to it? What do you want done to it? This is all that can be done to it. What do you need to get done to it? You know how easy that was to do? Make money off that kind of deal? Not hard. And that's how gullible people were. Same with houses. Motherfucker give you a house without no money down. You ain't put not a cent down. Motherfucker damn near give you the keys. Now you talking about all what the Moors try to, no, you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do none of that. You can get a deal. I don't even know if a deal. You can just go in there with nothing. Just your rap. Motherfuckers give you the keys. You do all the title and all that shit. You understand how simple this system is to get. I'm saying you can do that and be successful, but I'm saying it's times where you can do all that. Ain't got a penny. But you got this deal going where everything lines up for them. And that's all it is. They check into everything. If it lines up for them, they go for it. You know how years ago how easy that is? Do you remember the movie Catch Me If You Can? Just checks and credit, you know how easy that used to be? But it didn't go away. Much later, that kind of thing was still going on. And I'll say this, there's nothing that you really can't have. It's like that. It's whatever you want, you can really have. You just really have to make the right intentions. Because the system of America is really simple for anybody to follow. It's easier when you learn when you're younger to follow the system. It's easier. But most of us are not taught that. And if we don't have any relatives that really show us that, as I said, my example was my stepfather got a new car every year since I was 6, 7. Every year he got a new car. Now, do you understand in my psyche how that is? That's my thinking. You're supposed to get a new car every year. When I was grown and I was like fully doing my thing, shit, it was like more than just one car every year. New. Let's get a couple cars every year. Michigan car state. What I think about electric cars suck in the winter. They suck in the winter. So they suck it right now. Electric cars ain't liking this heat. They don't do good in this kind of. But electric cars, it takes more power in the winter. Takes more power and when the weather's nice too. I mean, when the weather's hot like it's been. Gas ain't what we think. The liquid that they say they make gas from ain't going away. For some reason, there's a part that says it's so polluting and they want to stop the use of it. Can't say it's good, bad, wicked, or evil. I think in some ways I understand. What's coming out of there is never going to end. They have so much of that. And the country that invented this stuff, okay, don't believe any, like the 72 stuff looking back, that was very easy to see that they created that. You can't tell me that you invent something in the 19 teens, technically is when they say they discovered the petroleum, the gushers. You see the films of the gushers. It was in automobiles by 1904. So 1890s, they discovered this stuff, supposedly. And so you're telling me in 70 years, when you only went over there in the 40s and 50s to tap their oil or whatever was over there like here, that all of a sudden, what they do disturbs what's going on in America where you've been, the shit been 4 or 5 cents a gallon. It's artificial. So, I don't know. They ain't all. There's no way to swap off the batteries, and that's the only way these vehicles are going to. Whoever invents the way to swap off the batteries for charge is going to be the one to make his brand the most popular. The way they are now, they're limited. Who wants to go somewhere and you got to go sit 5-6 hours so the car can charge? Now, I'll say this, and I'll give this out. I can imagine on toll roads and shit that they would make charging stations like the toll roads, where to go to the bathroom and stuff. I can imagine that. You know that you go from point A to point B. Pretty much that's popular, and you've done put that a lot of cars that's coming there, and you put the charging stations there, and you make them like the toll roads, like you go to Indiana toll road or the Illinois toll roads, and you see how they have the overpasses, and you go to the burger places, go to bathroom, kiosks. I can see electric stations kind of being that too, but 3-4 hours, that's hard, because a lot of times it's like you say you got 400 miles to go, like to go to Michigan is it's 800 miles. 800 miles. So at the maximum 400 miles wouldn't even put me in Chicago. I would be like damn near Milwaukee. 400 miles, I think I could go to Milwaukee in 400 miles. Then I got to stay for half charge to get past Chicago. Yeah. And then I would have to stop another, 4 hours. So I don't know. PJ said, I've been around motherfuckers that hate like your mans did. I put the nigga out of my car, said, get your ass whipped or get out. Yeah, I mean, it is. This motherfucker like came to like not my wedding, but you had a small wedding, and he came to like when I had like my friends, like I had the family kind of deal, and then I went back to Battle Creek and had my friends. This nigga was one of the ones that came over. These two niggas both came over. I had a small 1-bedroom apartment. This at the time, these niggas both had houses. Do you understand? I get married, I call these niggas. I'm like, hey, I got married. This is what we gonna do tonight. Both these niggas come over to my 1-bedroom apartment. I had a 1-bedroom apartment, a couch, a love seat, a dining room table, fridge, 1-bedroom, water bed. Both these niggas had houses. Do you understand? At this point, matter of fact, Dana had 2 houses. Dana had the VA house where he could stay too. He had a room in the VA house. He lived in that motherfucker too. And he had another house. And Randy already had a house. Him and Robin already had a house. This was my man, So, yeah, I'm from Kalamazoo. Donovan Mitchell gonna be a hard move. He might price himself and put himself out because 6-footer, he is a chubby Chris Paul. He a little taller, but he a little dude. Overestimating his talent. He fit there. But it's a hard place to live. That's a hard place to live. For brothers, very hard place to live. And, some people can't do it. And maybe that's probably true. It's a very hard place for brothers. My brother was in the Air Force, lived out there for a couple of years. Air Force, cool. Playing pro ball, probably not the greatest. A lot of restrictions out there that normal people don't understand what they go through. Not a bad place, but a place to be a star, probably not the greatest. Karl Malone did it though, Karl Malone. Let me get back to the questions. Oh, he already got traded? Where'd he go? Tell me where he went. I don't give a fuck about him, but tell me where he went. Yeah, probably. Yeah, there probably will be. That wouldn't surprise me. That looks like where it's coming. Right. He can hoop. I want him on my Heat. Oh, okay. They say he got traded already. It's between Heat and... Well, that ain't getting traded. God damn. You motherfuckers. No, say less. You niggas need to say less about that for real. Say less about that. Nigga, Heat or Knicks. Nigga, you traded. You ain't traded the one or no, nigga. That you get wah. Nigga, no, say less for that. Say more. One or the other. Get out of here. One or the other. They just waiting to announce it. Okay, if they don't announce that shit in the morning, it's 7. You some lying niggas. Kevin Durant, Miami. No. Sometime no. Yeah, Guinness. Yeah, sometimes. I don't mind it. I can still get quarts of Guinness. So I get quarts of Guinness. Still, shit's expensive in the motherfucker, man. There ain't no more days of double deuces being $1 out the door. Those days are gone. Beer is expensive. Like this beer, to give me a case, is going to cost me over 40, and it's just talls. So it's not really a case. It's 4 times, what? 4 times 4? 20. What is it? 16 beers? Yeah, 16 beers because they're 16 ounce, the bigger cans. Got a better deal because I think one can was damn near $10. So the best beer though right now. The best beer right now in our peak inflation. So yeah, I drink local beer if I can. That's what they said for real. I'm not saying I believe, but they say it's a done deal. Yeah, well, we'll see at 7. 7's a couple hours. So we'll see. Is it right now? I'm laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing. You don't get it. You don't get it. It ain't till it's done. We'll see. They still owe him. He's still under his old contract, his old extensions. He's still on a 3-year extension. New York gonna eat that? Now, again, when he moves, both squads will eat some of his salary, but the majority of salary is going to be paid by the bigger part, because we just saw a contract like that. Somebody just moved, and we saw that the team that he left from paid more of the team than the team that he went to. We just saw a contract like that in the last month or two. So that's what it's got to be. You really saying? I don't see that. We'll see. But that's money they eat. They're already crying. You see the one owner crying about the luxury tax. And of course, it is the Warriors. I love my bitters. Love my bitters. Eat chocolate, and I put the chocolate in the cigar. One time I took a piece of crack, smoked a piece of crack through a fucking cigar. Can't say it did much. Wasted the shit. I was high the motherfucker though. I'll say that. Everybody's around me is like, let me hit that. I hope it's Miami. They need somebody like him to beat the Celtics. Yeah, they're gonna need a lot of help to beat the Celtics. This is 92%. I'm getting the motherfucker though. How long I've been? Damn, I've been going on that long. All right, for real. Guess what I'm just trying to convey is we have all these relationships. You know, I've had so many, no, not so many, but I've like had cats just, where I've went all out for cats, took care of cats, I mean, I've had friends where just taking care of them was just, these is my niggas and let's go. I don't, do you understand that? I've had friends where that's just how it was, just, that's the way it was. I didn't care what you eating, I'm eating, you eating. I had a couple dudes got mad because I fed them. When these niggas needed to be fed, wasn't no question. That nigga knock on my door every day when I ate breakfast because he knew. That dude moving around. We moving around. We ain't eating. When I sit down, he ain't got to say shit. What you want? I mean, I've had niggas be around me sometimes more than my women would be around me. Because I'm moving around and I need them a little bit. They know a couple people. Me and this niggas together all day just moving around. And you think this is my man, and I'm giving him dollars too? I'm getting dollars and, we eating. And you think I ain't just like, shit, take some of these dollars. Do you understand how you treat people? You understand how we used to treat people? It was just natural for me. I'm moving around getting money and this is my man? And I ain't saying no weird shit. I'm just saying this is my hustle partner. This is a nigga that's with me. That's helping me make this, so I'm kicking him too. He ain't never moving where this nigga ain't got his own. It ain't like when I buy food, he ain't got his own to buy. Because this midday, he got money too, because he just with me. And if we moving, he can do little deals while he moving. That's how you do it. We stop at a place, he doing something, I'm doing something. And that's how you move with your man, but I've had them niggas turn on me too, get on. And I understand. They look at me and I was comfortable. No doubt. No doubt I was comfortable. I understand that. You looked and I was always comfortable. But they didn't treat me the way I treated them. And I ain't hating on them, but I'm just saying, they ain't treat me the way I treated them. Just saying hi. I'm happy. Now one of my man, he caught up with me years later. He's kind of cool to see me. Cool. But when we was moving, it was like I didn't need nothing. But it's like the way you move is your people move. And you expect your person to expand, no doubt, expand. But don't make me where it's not that I ever did nothing negative to you, but it just make me where and I know you sent a killer at me, no doubt. That nigga sent a killer that my way. I ain't saying he sent him, but he knew that killer. You can't tell me you don't know, because the way motherfuckers used to be, everybody talk. Well, what we gonna get after this happened? And these niggas been doing that shit. And I just wasn't easy as what they thought. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. My good man. Hey, Nico. You good point, OTF. My brother passed. Haven't been in good spirits, but I am taking it day by day. Wow. Okay. Let me stay on that for a second. Okay. So sad. So sad to hear that. Yeah. The brother connection could be deep. So we send you healing energy, man. No, that's only words, but that's what I can give. Oh, you saw the boozer thing. Okay. But yeah, Nico, love to you, man. Healing love, you know. Nothing can replace it, but healing love for sure. But didn't bring water. But I'll say, when I go to Michigan again, I got gifts from here. I'm bringing gear to Michigan. That's the way I do it. I bring this Vikings, Minnesota stuff and give it to the people in Michigan. It's just funny. I send that stuff out. So it's not that bad. It's okay. Mm. And say this. Get some of this chocolate on here. Need something from my throat, so please forgive me. But no, I forgot what I was gonna say. mm, mm. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Oh, I know what I was gonna say is for those of you that are serious about homes and follow homes and try to buy houses and your credit is good enough, keep checking. Right now might be a good time to make a move. The market is slipping. I follow homes daily and the market is slipping. Yeah, might be a good time to buy. Just if you follow the house, keep following it. Might be a good time to buy. So if you're serious, that's the way you do it. You follow homes, you get with a realtor, realtor sends you houses and stuff. So everything I think I'm trying to do looks positive, and the market is kind of looking like it's now. As I said, Ethereum didn't follow today, so sorry, but I think it's still up. Again, Bitcoin probably was still up again today. Gold probably around 17. So follow that kind of stuff if you're into it. You gotta follow it. Don't let people. What's so bad is people will talk you into getting things, and then you don't follow the proper way to do it. They'll tell you to get into Bitcoin, but won't tell you to set up your own mining system. That's your brain that's your brain every day. You set that up yourself. Or what and I hate to say, but Cash App, where you can buy Bitcoin, but you don't want to keep the Bitcoin in the Cash App. You want to have a separate site to keep it. But I don't think, and there's no diss to Bitcoin, but I don't think they encourage people to do that. So, but one thing Bitcoin does do that's very cool, you can put into some of this kind of Litecoin and some of these other cheaper ones, your spare change. And that's a good deal. That is really a good deal. Like they almost set up the mining for you. Kind of a good deal. So if you fuck with that kind of thing, and that's a good way for common people to spread money. A Cash App is a great way. It's a great way for us to spread money. I don't mind people giving it through this. That's part of the business too. I would not want to cut them off for people that want to put in it that way. But Cash App is another way for us common people. This is why they wanted to report people for like over $400 or $500 because people were moving substantial amounts of money, and then now they want it all reported. This is one thing Biden put in there. They want more of this Cash App kind of reported. So those of you that move money that way, just know that's going to be taxed. That's all. That's all. You know, that's all. And that's the same game. You can always show ways that this money's being made. So. But this is so fun. Seeing, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. In a real kind of time, I am seeing the forces that are fighting each other. But I am truly benefiting from seeing this. Now, I'm not seeing any of the fighting they're doing, but I am truly benefiting from this fight that's going on. It's like I've found a neutral ground. I guess that's what it really is. And maybe it's some of the other magic working. Oh, okay. Or some other shit. Okay, gotta tell the witches stuff. Somebody asked some questions about instead of a cash, give them a cash card. Instead, giving them cash. Yeah, you should give them boys some dope and told them hit the block. Nah, man. We was getting cities. What are you talking about? Blocks? Nah, it was cities. Nah, we was hitting cities. We was going to cities, man, and rain on cities. You know, we used to call it snow on cities. Just go into a city, man. And I mean, everything in the cities was pretty much the same. You go in the hood, you know, the clubs. The clubs is even if it's just one club. If it's one or two clubs, you just go to both clubs. You know, so it's the same. Bird dance, doing the bird dance. But somebody asked about the witches. Okay, these witches love me. These two witches love me. These rich witches love me. I've got to say they do. These chicks love me. I don't know why. I do not know. Well, I know why Dana the lady loves me because I love her. But she's a witch. And she does witch shit to me. Okay, she comes when I dream and shit, you know, trying to transport. And the love and above chick too. They both watch me. I know they watch me. And they both, but okay, thank you. You guys have helped. I get it. I said this shit last night. I don't know why you sent the message today. I see the things that are fighting. I see that helping me. I know if I've been sloppy, the other thing with the cat, okay, I get it. And it's okay. But thank you. Thank you. I talk shit about y'all when y'all fuck with me, but when you try to help, you helped. Keep helping. Shit, that's all what a player needs from his girls is help. Shit, y'all don't follow me just because I'm anybody. Fuck. Y'all didn't fuck with me because I'm anybody. Even if you just fuck with me spiritually, you do so because I am somebody. So, love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. So I got it. I saw it. Okay. I saw it today. Okay. I saw it. You with me? If you want to be with me like that, okay. That's kind of close though, you know. Fly on the wall. Yeah, okay. You listening? I get it. Okay. I get that. But that's okay. I enjoy y'all. Thank you for letting me know. But you know, the cash cards kind of help you understand a little bit. Understand, they give you a break. They give you the simple in on what to do. People don't understand the cash cards offer credit, and through getting the credit, they get more credit. because that's how it goes. So, come on, you know I'm not gonna light this motherfucker. Mm-mm. I might light a little one. I don't know. I don't think so. I just like smoking at the bongs with a lot of water. I should bring my bong. My bong be right here and shit. Smoking wax out of it. Like I hadn't had to put wax in my shit since what is this? July? Fucking May. Smoking this shit. So, but my other thing broke my other bong. We got to order a new piece of glass. It was the most efficient. The unicorn. Let's sell it. Get out of here. I tell you what. Email me and I'll send you some Red Sox. I'll send you a Red Sox hat. Bet. I like to be because you know my first name is Brian, so I like to be anyway. You need a Red Sox hat to go somewhere and chill. Somewhere to go to chill. Oh my goodness. I'm having fun. How long we been going? Okay. Even better. Nope. Okay. Ah, damn, I gotta pee though. So I don't know how much longer I gotta go. So you're gonna have to hit me up. eaglesarethe bomb@gmail.com. And I gotta send this stuff off. I'm sorry guys, I get bad about sending stuff off, but yeah, I'll send it off. So bear with me. I will. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll send it off. Only 3 packages. I don't owe nobody no money, so but no, I'll send this stuff off. You're like, man, if I owed you some money, I'd send it off. I feel tight, but no, I don't owe anybody money for these. But I'll send it off, guys. So please don't think it's a diss or nothing. It's just money wise too. You know, they have extra money. You see, this place is I'm not, you know, I try. I try to be, you know, the best I can be, guys. So I'm hanging in there. So please bear with me. I'll get this stuff off. So nothing but love. And I'll send crystals too. I don't send gifts without crystals. So but damn, PJ, I don't think I sent PJ any crystals, so I owe you some crystals, no doubt. The last movie. Okay, can I just tell the last movie and not everything that happened? I don't think I even I watched the last movie, Doctor Strange, but I had saw it twice. I didn't get to end the last time I watched it for the 3rd time. Yeah. I was watching the movie intensely and then like the channel changed and you know, something else started going on. So but I'd watched the movie before. Now Doctor Strange, as I said before, when they turn into paint, that's 1D. And 1D is basically creation. Because when they're showing you the paint, they're telling you creation came from, you know, the colors, and through the colors came the sound. So that's what they're trying to show you, that we were part of creation at one point with the color, you know, 1D. That's what they're showing you. It's just, I don't know, deep or not deep. I don't know. But that's what it shows. And that's where, you know, I asked the people that study flat plane and say that flat plane is what they live on. How do you, you know, like you have to take the next progression from that. And how to project that into what we have now. That's all I say. No matter what you call it. How do you project it? Because 3D means that. They tell you the part of the illusion. It's 3-dimension. Okay, this is really sticky where it's tied. Sticking to my tongue. Look at that. Just sticking to me. It's pretty. Wow. For it to do that, this is pretty good tobacco. But so they're trying to show you. So you go from color, you go from sound, and then you would go into color, and I think you would end up going to the creation, you know, the ball field. The ball field would come. then the sound. Now Zach and them, you know what they say in the first, then the first letter was a number. Or they try to say the first thought, you know, was a number. The first utterance. Oh, the first sound. That's what it was. And then that's what they try to say, that the first sound turned into a number. And that's not the whole story. That's why, you know, you study Byron. Like the first time I saw I Chung, my guy from Chicago. Oh shit. I'm gonna go Chicago. I gotta go to Michigan too, but I'm gonna go Chicago. I'm gonna go to Chicago just to do a show with my guy in Chicago. I want to bring Pomo on. I want to book his stuff. I'm really gonna mess with him to try to get his stuff in a book, because his shit is, and I mean books. I've said this about book writers and authors. That shit's very Masonic. That's why do you know how long ago a dude offered me to write a book? Do you know how long ago? I didn't even have good shit there. Not even good shit. This dude, like, you can write a book about it. It's very Masonic. Spelling. But losing my point. Sorry, I lost my point. Mo guy. Elon Musk says humans will be on Mars. What is Mars, really? What is Mars? What is it? Really, what is it to you? I mean, Mars is to a lot of people that they can look through the telescope and you see a planet that's kind of a red hue. But what is it really? You know, you get in Stinch's work and he tries to tell you that, you know, Marduk and what do they call them? What is the Nephilims called in Stinch's work, the work with the Anunnaki that was stuck on Mars? Because it took, this is what they want you to believe, that they had to take the gold to Mars, and then from Mars they could shoot off to the mirror. So what is Mars really? You really believe that they done landed 2 iRobots? No, not the other one. What was the little goofy one that had the binoculars, you know, talking and shit? You think they can send that shit somewhere and it's called a Sojourner and some other shit, and it's just going on some shit that looks like they're in the desert in Arizona somewhere? Come on, that's they ain't nowhere with that. I'll push off quantum of science work. Quantum of science said they're saving the best CGI. They're saving the best for Mars. So when they tell you they on Mars, it's going to be the best CGI ever. Because really, the best movie stuff ever to make you believe they was on the moon, nah, it wasn't even that. You know how they fooled people on the moon? It was news clips. That's how they fooled people about the moons. It was news clips. Every station would show little moon clips. That's it. That's all they had to do. Not at your movies. Not nobody else to say, hey, wait a minute, let me look at that good. Richard Nixon talked to one of the astronauts on the phone. A person supposedly is in space, yet he able to get on to talk to him on the phone. They want to tell you, well, they were able to patch him into the walkie. They were able to patch him into a line at NASA, and line NASA's Nazis, and a line, different line. I saw a nigga wearing some NASA shit today. Don't wear that Nazi shit unless you're for the Nazis. Then you wear NASA shit. Niggas blindly wearing NASA shit. Oh, that shit say NASA. Oh, NASA. And this nigga's supposed to be awoke. You see why I made that last video? These niggas is asleep. No, sorry. Niggas ain't aware. Niggas ain't aware. DraftKings made a video. Will Red Sox make the World Series? No. We're keeping the Red Sox out. So, I've lost my train of thought. Hitting that Red Sox will go. You will never give up. You will never. I will say that about you. You are a good fan. You need some Heat gear and you need Red Sox gear. Make you settle down. But I like that you love them. One of my coworkers just told me how much she loves. She said her and her little group love the Timberwolves. So when basketball season comes, But I said, she's the one that gave me a comment. She's like, are you a permanent worker here? You're like, when I come, you're here, and when I leave. The other night, I was one of the last ones to leave. I leave when the managers leave on the night that I ain't got nothing else to do. And I go in and work damn near some first shift. So I feel good about it. It's a script. It ain't scripted for them. No, their days are done. They're going to go another 100 years without winning again. Your days of Red Sox winning, you got what, 2, 3? That's it. Big Poppy played here, wasn't shit. Then went to Boston, was great. And now, if he'd have stayed with the Twins and went somewhere else, he'd have never made the Hall of Fame. Now he's in the Hall of Fame. It's not believable. But I'm glad you're a diehard fan. I like your energy that you give for your team. They tore down the old stadium. They didn't tear down the old stadium. What are you talking about? The old stadium still stands up. Green Monster in that place they played with forever. MIB videos. You need to rig MIB. They got one chip in 09. That's it. Man. No. They got 2. Big Poppy won 2 chips. What are you talking about? Big Poppy only won 1? No, he won another one recently. Red Sox? Big Poppy won 2 while he was on the team. And they won the one where the Yankees lost. Derek Jeter, his little thing ain't got to that yet. So, what are you talking about? The old Yankee Stadium got tore down. Yeah, they tore it. Yeah. Wasn't a good place to watch games either. It was like Tiger Stadium. Tiger Stadium was dreadful. The old Tiger Stadium was dreadful, but I got to experience that. You know, I got to experience what was built in like the 1919, 1920s. I got to experience that architecture. And them dumb motherfuckers that would buy seats and have to look behind the beams. That shit was so insulting to fans to put seats behind beams. And you could tell they wasn't always there. It was just greed. Because you could just tell. The first people that built them places, they didn't put them seats behind, but they got greedy. Motherfuckers watch the game like that shit too. They look at the high fly balls. I mean, they just couldn't see the shit. It was just funny. But I got to experience that architecture. And then fucking old Vet Stadium in Philadelphia, that was the wildest, craziest place that I was glad to be a part of. They would beat a motherfucker's ass if you wasn't with the Eagles. You didn't bring that Eagle shit, they was fighting up in that place. They had a jail up in there. That shit was wild. The worst field in all pro football history. They literally played on plywood with a little sand on top of it. It was just horrible. It was a horrible field for years. The cheapest people that owned it before Lori bought it. And they made these people play on plywood, sand, with that AstroTurf from the backyard. And when I played in the Meadowlands, the old Meadowlands before it was tore down, it was the first time I had ever, well, no, let me tell you. I played on turf at Western Michigan University. I was able to see turf. I was able to see that some turf you could wear tennis shoes, other turf you had to have a cleated. So I grew up like that. Western had a decent turf. So I grew up I think they put the turf at Western Michigan in when I was in 10th grade. So all 3 years I'm running on turf. I know that you get burns and stuff, all different seasons. The stadium was pretty much open where we could go up to the stadium and just play. But when we went to the Meadowlands, Western had a nice, thick, nice turf. Nothing like the Meadowlands. That turf, and this was in 81. No, 80. 80. That turf was like shag carpet. Shag carpet. It was so comfortable, so jumpy. I just wish when I played on it, I had more experience. That was the only thing. When I played on it, I wish I would have had more experience for that particular game. But the experience in general was great. How long? Oh, 144. I'm going to go 15 more minutes. But life is about how you treat people and how people treat you around your group. They've tried to make this thing like groups of people, and it don't even work that way. The way it really works is the people around you. Now, the good thing is the solid people that you make relationships through this. There are solid people out there. People you can connect to see this. They real people. People that if you bring them to you or you go to them, they just know they're gonna have a good time and they okay. That's the kind of thing we're doing. That's the kind of thing I hope to do more of, because we all live in beautiful places. And we really, this is the essence of how we should enjoy each other. It's like you should come where I live so you can enjoy my essence and how I do it, and then I go see where you live and enjoy what you do normal. Not no crazy stuff, just normally what you do. And that's how we join each other. If you just go play pool somewhere every other day and I hit you there one day you play pool, we go somewhere and play pool. Or if you got it in your house and this is the day you play pool, that's what we'll do. That's what friends are. That's what being solid with people and doing solid things with people is. That's what's rememberable. So often people come through and you got no, you want to keep people how they are. So many people. My uncle got his. He had a little back patio that had an old time wooden back patio. The old, gosh, polished paneling. The shiny paneling, not the dull kind of paneling you saw, but the shiny paneling. And people just come and chill. They had food. He was grilling or something, but people just came and chilled. And that was catching him in his natural environment, being him. You know what they call it? Just cool and being cool. That's what Bernie Mac said. I'm just cool and being cool. And that's how I want any of my friends when they're around me. Just cool and being cool, because that's how it be. That's what my dreams are. My dreams are that my friends and all of this, we can turn all this into so much more and so much energy. That's really what I strive for. That is my dreams, that we turn this into so much energy that everyone tries to look at. No, I don't need you to help me go up. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna look at the information. I'm gonna go up, but I'm gonna go up in my timing. So accept me as I bring it until that point where I do make it better. Still give me the love. That's the point of it. We each evolve how we have to evolve. We making all the moves that we doing, but it's everything we doing is better. So accept me as I am. You did? But thank you for those of you that write the blueprint. Thank you. Because that does make it easier to put the parts together, to put the puzzle together. It's not that we don't notice. It's when the timing is right for us to each get that, we will. Thank you for putting that out there. But until that point, love us as we are. Because every time you see each of us, we are better. We are better. And we try to prove and put this information out that's better. And it's the information. Yes, it's moved to the presentation is the $1 million. The brother just put out 3 million, made 3 million. The presentation is everything. I agree. But the word has to mean something. It has to mean something. The suppressors come in for something. I don't cry about the suppressors. I don't make it a point. I don't feed into it. Because that's what it likes. It wants to play. It puts things out there and says, ponder on me. Ponder on me. Give me some attention. You see it there. You see this irritant. And I don't always want to play. There's times I want to play, but some things I don't need to play with that. That's gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't even think about it. Damn if I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not going to feed you that way by pondering and talking about it. So I understand the scene. And I'm trying to just say it's awareness. And you want to know what is uncreated always was before the first thought, the first question? It's awareness. And the fruit flies. Awareness was always there. Consciousness was always there. Didn't have to be created. Just like Hanukkah, the one that counts, was there. You go into Star Trek and look at the Qs. The Qs ain't created by nothing. They got a little history, but they ain't created by nothing. They always were. That's why some of these other stories be lacking. Because shit I study don't ask me to believe nothing outside of myself. I ain't got to believe in Hanukkah. I'll work with it and it works. So I ain't got to believe in it. It works. I work with it and it works. That's all I got to know. I don't believe in the sun. I don't have to believe in that thing. Can that thing give energy? Absolutely. That ain't the same thing when I was a boy. That ain't the same thing from the 1980s when I was working in the streets of Greensboro. It wasn't that. And I lived on the East Coast. And that thing that we see now ain't the thing that them hot days when I was working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. in them Greensboro streets, fucking with people's sewers, fucking with the city sewers. You think that sun we see today was the sun I saw then? No comparison. It is not. It's not. Now, as they wanted me, I guess, to see two suns. One time I saw two suns passing together. They can create that. They don't care. Whatever time they wait, they probably have more than one simulator. Because imagine if the sun don't work, they gotta have a backup. So they probably got a couple of them simulators that are coming in. I wouldn't be surprised by that. Because the moon easily to hide with the clouds. They can hide the sun with the clouds. I experienced a day, summer of 18 or 19. We had like 45 days no sun. We had 45 days with no sun. I mean, cloud block for 45 straight days. I think on my old channel, I talked about that. Yeah, 45 straight days. Might have been longer, but at least 45 I can remember. 45 straight days with no sun at all. I want to say 1998, we didn't have a summer in Michigan. No summer at all. We had a whole spring. It stayed spring the whole time. The whole time it stayed spring, then went into the winter. It's fall, winter. No summer. It stayed mild the whole time. 68, 70 the whole time. For 3-4 months. Never 80, 90. Never none of that. Maybe a day or two, but never consistent. And here, like what we have now, the summer of 12 or 13, we had damn near 60 days of 90s here. We had damn near 60 days of 90s. I had central air in the house. You see, I'm trying to think. 4 of my children were living with me. Natalie was still a baby. So we had 5 bedrooms, central air, 2 months of 90 degrees every day. Never turned the air off for 2 months. Can you imagine that bill? And you imagine how the house was. 5 bedrooms. Because Natalie was still, when I had her every other weekend, she wasn't walking then. Natalie was still a baby. So that might have been 12. She was still a baby. Yeah, that summer. So she was probably going on 1. She was born, yeah. So Natalie was going on 1. So that had to be 12. That summer, we had 2 months straight of 90s. So I saw that before. Let me think. You could hit so many home runs in that stadium. The field was so small. Selson Fielder used to hit home runs that would hit. Reggie Jackson was the first. I was talking about that the other night. Hank Aaron hit a home run. Willie Mays hit a home run. Okay. And then Reggie Jackson came up, and Reggie Jackson damn near hit the motherfucker out of the stadium. He hit the top of the lights, kept the ball in. It was like National League come up, Hank Aaron hit a home run, Reggie Jackson hit, or Willie Mays hit a home run. Reggie Jackson comes up for the American League. He's working for playing for the A's. He hits that motherfucker in the lights. That's the only thing that kept it in the stadium. I mean, these motherfucking lights is for the old Tiger Stadium, yeah. What was interesting about old Tiger Stadium is like how so many balls would get hit above the lights, above the stadium. I mean, the balls would just go massively in the air. And these motherfuckers would catch that shit like it was shit. I mean, the ball would go higher than the stadium, and the dudes would be there, and they'll catch that shit like it was nothing. Because you could see that the dude would hit it above the stadium. The guy would be standing there and boom, catch that shit. I was like, wow. Because certain seats you could see, it would go like where you sitting, you would see where the stadium, the way the old stadiums was. You would see where like the upper decks stopped, and the ball would go above that shit and then come back down and catch it easy. Oh yeah, let me tell you, you guys that ain't into pickleball, let me say, far as working out, there's nothing greater than playing pickleball for any age. It gives you everything athletically that you want. Any level, beginner, you play 25 minutes, you'll get your heart rate up. Any level. If I take one of my friends and we just knock the ball back and forth for 10, 20 minutes, their heart rate will get up. We're moving back and forth. I'm not trying to kill her, I'm just saying, pat back and forth. Just patting the ball over the net. We do that for 15, 20 minutes, both of our heart rates is going to rise. So yeah, it's all body types. I've said before, 89-year-old man had the heart. No, he's probably 85, 86, 87-year-old man had the hardest serve I ever saw. Couldn't do much else, but he could serve hard than motherfucker. It's like, golly, he got it. So yeah, it definitely will be. It definitely will be. Love playing. It looks like couples. Oh yeah, man. It's couples that come and they get 2 hours in and a great workout. I mean, it's really a great thing. If you know another couple that loves to play, I got a friend named Steve. Him and his girl, or whichever girl he got, forgot to get off of the internet. Sorry if it's freezing. Forgot to get off the internet. My son's new supercomputer. So, yeah, we just got to finish mine. But it's okay. It'll be done, and we'll come better. I guess that 2 hour mark is in. I'm going to cut it. So thank you. I just try to get the people to look at the world as it is and how you have to relate to it. To be your very best. To catch the rhythm of reality. I guess that's it. The rhythm of reality. There's a rhythm to it. And I'll bring this up, what I got from the Craig Facts, Brother Craig Smith. Another thing you got to look at is, especially when it's emotional, what does it mean to me? That has to be looked at. That has to be talked about. That has to be thought about. What does it mean to me? Is all these emotional stories that they put at the last few years. Craig Smith came up with that. What does it mean to me? We all have to apply that. When you look at anything and they come telling you these stories, or they come telling you want to sell something, you have to look at it all like that. What does it mean to me? That's how you break it all down. And I want to do a practice. I don't know if I can show this. Let me try. I got to pee too. But I'm going to show what I can show. If I can't find it quickly, we're going to move on. Any symbol of pretty work. Okay, I'm getting close. Ah. What is this called? Okay. This might work. This definitely might work. I can put this out there. Okay, that's just it. Oh. Okay. All right. Bear with me. Oh. All right. That might work too. These will probably be easier. Okay, we'll move on to this. Okay, getting closer. Yeah, the other might be the easiest. Maybe. That, we might have to go with that. I'm not gonna, this shit is, okay. All right. This is it. Okay. We'll do this. Finish with a little exercise. All right. You can look at this as a half moon with a pearl in the middle, no matter how you want to look at it. You can pretty much make the background anything you want to do. Okay? You understand? Yeah, you might say that's the Eye of Marduk, but it's really not. You can make it a pearl or anything you want. Really, it's more there to get the balance of the shape more than anything. So, understand that. But, on the other hand, if you need to add it, you can add it too. Now, for those of you that want to practice, we'll practice. It's hard for me in the lights. But just imagine that shape. Again, it's you can look at it as horns. You can look at it as a half moon. And I know this is pretty quick in saying, what to do, but that's the simple practice. The simple practice is go to this video again, rewatch it, put this shape in. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And the Reiki people, they try to brainwash you, but it's not trying to do anything. Just trying to think of the simplest thing you can put in your consciousness to move. That's my aim, is the simplest thing I can make you put in your imagination, in your consciousness, wherever your awareness is at, that you can say, damn. It's like, sit there and put that in the ethers. Because sometime in the ethers, like they show you in the Matrix, part of the ethers is also just your own personal part, where how far you can go. It's trying to show you, at least you can project, because you're projecting. Because to get to the ethers, you have to project a lot. You have to project a lot more, pretty much. You've got to really project. And that's what the world is. It's being able to massively project. That's this world. It really is. Manifesting and all that. I know Brother Bomber says keeping your currency going, but you have to project what your imagination is, what your aim is more than anything. You can project that into this. And that's success. And so I only show this as something simple to work on, to see if you can just create that. It's not that big a deal. It's other shapes, but I'm saying as a start, close your eyes and just imagine this any kind of way you want to. You can imagine it in any color. It's got nothing to do with me. I ain't going to show up. You're like, hey, you went there, and here you are. No, it's nothing like that. Ha ha ha. I'm not going to fall for that joke. Well, send more motivated love out. Okay, more motivated love. All right. As I send this out, imagine that you were somewhere so powerful, that so much energy. It's just the perfect place. And then one day the energy is disrupted and spread to one region of the country, all spread out. And all of it was a million pieces of you. And each piece held a little piece of you. And everybody who held it held a little piece of you. And the energy in your essence. It's kind of what this is. Wherever it came from, whatever it was, I get a little bit of its essence. And each person that feels it and touches it has a different feel and a different vibration. So for those of you that can never touch anything like this, here I am giving it to you, because you know I give freely. There's no hex, there's no nothing. It's just given to you for you to use any way you choose to use. This is the stone of transformation. This is the stone of just making you connect and be your higher self and hold it higher than you can. With no strings attached, baby. There's no strings attached. I'm sorry I don't know the Mayan calendar. I'm not going to sit here and lie and just bring out some shit. And there's a couple of different calendars from South America. I understand that. I know that. So this is the final portion. I guess I can turn off the lights for this portion. Don't really need the lights on. That's good enough. So in this final portion, it's night. I had to change my thinking. I don't want people to mourn. This is nothing to mourn. And so as we feel the night, we accept, because create our own light in the darkness. That's what it is. That's being illuminated. And it's life after death. But it's also a type of tranquility. And that's what I want everyone to feel tonight as you lay, whatever you call your creation ball field, that they tricked you into thinking it's a bed, for you to regenerate. You know that you can't be harmed or trapped or scared or running unless you want to. Because there are beings out there that just chase you. They get off on that, just chasing motherfuckers. If you just stop and the motherfucker don't know what to do, it ain't gonna fuck you up. It's just like, you're just supposed to keep running. They don't know what to do if you stop. So just know you're protected. And those of you working, know that you work safely, that the energy around you works for you, and that the job works for you, that you run the place. That's the energy that you have to proclaim, that you are so good in what you do and you're valuable being there. May your time there be safe. And may you drive safely home, of course. May you get the rest that you need. And for everyone that ever watches this video, thank you so much. Thank you so much. In this day and time of technology, that anybody would watch me, it still blows me away, and I'm still appreciative that you would watch me. And I thank you, because no one ever, I think, make a video. Now they may make a video about me where I done forgot some shit, but for the basic part, they ain't gonna never make a video where, I done said one shit and I live another. Now maybe for some forgetful shit, 61, I do forget. Motivate helps, but I do forget. But I think from my old channel to this channel, I've put the same thing out. I ain't changed. I put the same message out. I've always gave love to the time walkers. I always give love to the ancestors. And I want to say, let me say this. To these nations that the government recognizes, I understand you guys suffered like a motherfucker. And I understand when they told you, if they don't recognize us, the tribes from the East, you'd benefit. I understand that. They've literally locked your people in jail and kept them in jail till they would sign away the land. And they showed the gentleman crying under all the pressure. And then yet they say they have laws against coercion. You can't coerce a person. But yet this man was coerced by this government under penalty of being locked up to give away all these millions of acres. And we've got this documented. And all the tribes of the East say, despite you trying to say that your disease killed us all and y'all hunted us to death, y'all didn't. Yeah, in some parts you did. But y'all didn't get everybody. Everybody didn't die. We were still here. We were still prisoners of war. We lost the war. We learned how to coexist. And we still coexisting with you motherfuckers to the day. Malcolm and Elijah asked you back then to give us our own land because y'all act like y'all don't want us to live with you. That was 60 years ago. When y'all had King out there saying, open everything up, they were saying keep things the way they are because they were better. That's all Malcolm and Elijah said. When they said, give us our own lands, we had our own cities. My city of Kalamazoo, Michigan, perfect example of that. Perfect example of that. Tell you this, a lot of Midwestern cities, as I said before, they built them, a lot of them factories near where brothers lived. So brothers didn't have to go that far to work. And Kalamazoo, Michigan is a prime example. 4 major supplier part industries and a car maker, Checker Cab, was on the north side of Kalamazoo. So you can't tell me. Same was in Gary, and steel factories was easy to get to where the people live. Cleveland. At one point, we did not need to live around Europeans to work with Europeans. And we both seemed perfectly okay with that. Just seems like the Europeans did not like when we were overly successful and less dependent. Because anytime we got overly successful and less dependent, y'all came in, broke it up. And what y'all did with the 80s, The foulest shit ever. The foulest shit since Reconstruction. What y'all did in the 80s was the same as Reconstruction. You took away the jobs, took them to other countries, took them to non-union states. Then you bring crack in. You create jobs that only pay $4 or $5 an hour. And you expect people to raise families. And you got friend of the court. So what were men faced with doing? Working somewhere making $5 an hour. Now, before all this hit, if you was working somewhere, you was pretty good. You was able to ride the wave. If you was back and forth, jobs back and forth, you was caught. And if you got caught with something, some states, crack was more than powder, locking you up like in Reconstruction. For something you ain't harmed anybody. Something people freely bought from you. So that's the history. And the history ain't that you owe us money. Yeah, you owe us money, but you owe us land. That's why they don't want to give up money. Like this Lakotas down here, they starting to buy all the land. They get mad about that shit. They was mad the motherfucker they opened the casino. They throwing that mafia shit. When they first opened it up. Well, they're related to the mafia, and they're just another arm for the mafia. And they ain't had nothing to do with it. They got started by the mafia, though, I'll say that. Mafia helped them get machines. I know that for a fact. Now, the machines was mafia businesses. You do your work. Because I know when these motherfuckers came in, and when people reported that shit, they was right. The machines was brought in by mafia people. The early machines was businesses that the mafia owned. You did your work. You knew that. But that ain't illegal. That ain't illegal. They own the companies legally. They came in and gave their advice about the machines and upkeep of the machines legally. So they didn't do nothing illegal. But it was the mafia. Well, be well, everyone. Wellness. There's a lot of power just in this. When you're riding in your car, this will repel everything. You just get in your car and proclaim, I repel all metals. I repel all rubber. I do not attract anything. You feel too many cars around you again? Do it again. Now both hands are able to bring a charge, are able to make movement. It's a natural thing. Brother Bomber teaches this. You ain't got to do that shit. Both hands. The right hand brings in, the left hand brings out. That's kind of the way it is. And then if you harmonize with it, Sugar is always in the left hand is the most filtering. I use Sugar and Sharite. Sharite is a natural filter. That's why you see Muslims sometimes just doing this. You see people in churches just doing this because the energy is moving. It's not naturally that the God is doing that. I mean, doing this is just you're naturally going to feel energy doing this. That's why acupuncture, they acupuncture in your hands. My guy hits me here, he hits me here. I already knew that the way energy moves. So if you have something to cleanse, that's a great way for you to cleanse. And you can do it either way. You gotta, this ain't bringing it in. Either way, it's fine. You might not find this do nothing. This might do nothing. This, whatever you need to do. Just bringing it in, making it move. Put your arms high in the air, whatever. Put your arms like that. So many different ways. It ain't one way. It's not one way. It's the way that works for you. That's what it's about. It's the way that works for you. What works for you? What is it that you do that makes magic for you? You've got to keep account of that. We'll work this time. Jody did a video about the key. What is the key for you? Do you know when you have the key? Do you know when you have the key? Can you tell when you lost it? As I do every time, I give the words of the time walkers. This is something they've allowed me to give for many years. I first started reading this on Facebook Live, I think in 17. So I've been proclaiming this since then. I've been giving it freely. And this is a creation story. No, I'll say a civilization building story. More the creation is difference. Creation story and civilization building. This is more of a civilization building story. Shamora. It starts with a gentle sadness. They came from their original homeland. They knew that they had an exact Hanukkah, an exact numbers of years and days before they would disappear as the civilization builders, as a culture, and as a lifestyle. But despite all that, despite knowing the outcome, they still were able to create a civilization that was built on love. They lived in the Creator's day and knew how to separate cycles in their own reality, or the great serpent known as the Milky Way. And as to deal with people, as the mind would deal with people, I give you this from the Mayans. I am another yourself. So those of you advanced, use the eyes of Lord Marsh when you deal with everyone. So you can see through their eyes. So to see the truth of the lie. That's deep. And you can do it. Love just is. There's nothing to compare to it. In the Robert Hyland, days are long, but the years are short. So make every day count. This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling and fumbling. This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. This has been a great show. Sorry I haven't read the comments. I appreciate it. I definitely do. I definitely do have more rings of Arden, no doubt. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, PJ. I tell you what, ladies, I don't want fame. I don't want fame. However, I want the word to get out. Now, the word is so different, and it's not a singular thing. I think I can get a word out. So, you're doing these small things. Do big things that you both can do. I can get the word out, and there's so many different words to get out. I have a vein. So, do the real shit. This little stuff is okay, but do the real stuff. Give me an ear. And no sacrifices, none of that. I'll do you both for sure. I'll do you both together. Have a 60-year-old and the other chick must be 40. I'll do you both. We can have some witchy shit all up in together, yeah. Mud and everything. Put the big pot in there and everything. I'll do all that shit. You can boil me and everything. I will go that. You can put me in the pot. Both could have to be in that motherfucker with me. You can boil it until we just boil apart and all turn into one. I'm with that. I'd get in the pot. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can replay that. I'd get in the pot. You two in the pot, I'd get in the pot. You can boil the fuck out of me. I'd like that shit. Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't be like Mandingo and shit. Master, it's hot. Master, it's hot. I done just running. I done got ran away from there. Sick the dogs on me. Fuck if I'm getting it. No, I would get in the hot water with y'all. You guys get the big old pot. I'd get in to be like a hot tub. Be in that motherfucker like this. One here, Dana Delaney, and the lover above chick. Okay, both of y'all like this in the hot tub, in the hot pot. We both be in the hot pot. You know, boiling. I would be in there with y'all all day. Okay, all day with both of y'all. So we could go there. I that would be cool. what, what does Shaq make fun of? I even let y'all drop candle wax on me. You know why they was talking about? Ooh, what was that? What was that movie? Remember, Scary Movie 3 when he dropped the candy wax? He's go ooh. The way Shaq made fun of it. I'd let y'all drop candle wax on me. Both of y'all. Y'all could be on one side of me. Y'all could drop candle wax on me while you say whatever. I'd lay there and just like ooh. So if y'all into that, I would do that, you know, and I wouldn't lie and say I did it. They'd be like, hey, no, we candle waxed his ass. We was hexing his ass with the candle wax. I would agree to admit that. Yeah. But y'all love it. Y'all be like loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it. We be in the pot and shit. Motherfucking band be playing outside while we in the pot. Loving every minute of it. I love being boiled by two witches. Boil me to my bones. Boil me till my bones shine. I'll be just in there loving every minute of it. You would just see my head, like all the skin boiled off, and you know, it'd be like this and shit. The pot still be bubbling. I still would be loving it. You know, my bones would be all shiny, but the head be bobbling and shit. And they'd come and check on me. You still loving it? I'm still loving it, baby. Keep it up. Throw some more wood on the fire till you gather me up and put me into somewhere. Just put me tight together somewhere, baby. I'm with it. I'm with it. As long as I can be with y'all. Because y'all definitely want to be with me. So y'all, these chicks are with me. Do you dig what I'm saying? Okay, I got Dana Delaney's picture for the last 6 years, but these chicks are with me. This is so interesting, the way this spiritual kind of togetherness works. And I've been chose. Lover above chick chose me a long time ago. When I talk shit to her, she chose me. Right on, chick. Right on. Right on. I ain't gave her a nickel. But she's definitely chose me. They watch this shit. I have fun with it though. Love to y'all. Thank you. But when I get these chicks with this pot, y'all gonna get to watch that shit. And I ain't gonna punk out. I'll get in the pot. Pot be boiling and shit. I'm gonna get in the pot. So, ladies, make it happen. I'm gonna be there in the pot. To be boiled. The ball's in your court. But work on yourself, guys. Work on yourself. What does it mean to me? Be here now. Be here now. Love the moment. Know the moment. We let so many moments go by. The simple yelling at your children, we do it so much we don't even think about it. We don't think about all these yellings as messages and learning experiences. We talk to our family, we talk to our loved ones. We don't realize that these is all learning experiences. Communication, trying to make it flow the best way. Currency. We don't get it. Every moment is great. It's fucked up. You know, Alzheimer's is not remembering the recent moment. That's what they want to take away from you, the recent moment. They don't want you to Sherlock Holmes. What did I just do? They don't want you to have that. So young people work on that now. Motivate is great for that. It fights that. Gold around your neck fights that. Wearing gold fights that. And all you got to do is ask it to help you. That's why you wear gold. Got nothing to do with make you rich. No, it helps mentally. It's a metal that will help you mentally, and diamonds amplify it. And as I said before, diamonds will hold a negative charge, so you got to clean them often, because they will. Something like this will never hold a negative charge. It's a big block of sugarite is the only sugarite needed with this. Diamonds will. You get in an argument with somebody and you're wearing diamonds, clean the motherfuckers off. You have a disagreement at work and you're wearing diamonds, you don't want to go home with that shit. Just wash your hands. Diamonds is easily clear. But if you don't, you can take that energy somewhere else. Whatever else business you're doing. They will do that. And if you wear diamonds, I don't care if they're on a chain, I don't care where they at, they're going to do that for you. That's why I feel bad about some of these young men showing these diamond necklaces. That's a lot to clear. Things don't go right. That's a lot to clear. When you take some kind of sting with that, and you got to go do business or do something else, and you ain't got time to clear all that cloudiness will hang around your neck. Now I'm going to finish with this. I saw a drone last night, and I've seen the drones before because I don't live terribly far from the airport, within 20 miles, I guess. It's maybe 25 at the most. But it was interesting. There was a black energy around this drone. There was like a black cloud. I saw moving with this thing. I saw the thing from far away, and as it came near me, it was in the middle of this black cloud that was moving around. It's like, damn, they're not even hiding this black cloud. It was a black cloud energy around this drone. So I don't know what that was about. So I'm going to finish with that. Well, 2.5 hours. Well, y'all. What did you say? Now feature Big Pontiac and the Witchy Witches with the hot cauldron. That's the only way you can have me, baby. That's the only way they better come at me. If they can't bring me a big tub, a big pot like that boiling with me and them going in it, that's the only way I'm going in it. You got to boil me, baby. I'm in it to win it. You got to boil me. That's the only way I'm dealing with you chicks. Now, can you do it? Because I'm with the water. I'm a boil. I'm a steam. Any way it goes, I don't care. But can y'all do it? So, love you both. Love you both. Jody, definitely love you. Thank you for your messages. You know, thank you so much. I go through my shit too, you know, you understand. I go through my thing. So don't ever think that, you're not cool to me. We all human. We all have different emotions. We all experience different things. Thank you for being a warrior. I appreciate it. PJ, Lorenzo, everyone, thank you. I'm feeling next phase, so I'm talkative, but I ain't got nothing else to drink, so I'm gonna have to go. Cigar ain't making my mouth wet enough, but all these people that do this, I just try to give a little different perspective that's useful. That's all. I mean, yeah, I can go deep in sports because I study sports, but I try to get people to understand the rest of it. That's all. And even though we all have different ideas, don't mean I don't rock with y'all. We just got different ideas. That's all. You think if a certain thing guides you and that's how things move for you, okay. Doesn't make me deal with you any differently. Doesn't make me think less or more. I just have to deal with you in the world that you create. That's all. And that's okay. There was something about the world that you created made me want to step into it. And I move with it. I think you would do the same for me. That's all. I mean, what is, like I was saying, when you put somebody on, because I'm on, but when you put somebody on, I don't think people understand that. Let me get into that for a minute. I'm gonna say that. And I touched on it a little bit earlier, but people don't understand. At one point in the hustling game, putting people on, and especially solid people, help spread your organization. And later it turned into somebody gave me a break or gave me a good deal. But it was a point where you saw people that was worth putting on that, and I know the mafia would call it the soldiers and good providers. But there was a time where that was the way you kind of did it. I mean, really, you would put something together that was so big, there was no way you could do it by yourself. And you had to put people on. And at one point, that was a lot of people's goal, without any government interference. Later, the record industry did it. I get a record, he get a record, but we didn't even look at it like that. We didn't even look at it like that. It was like, what we doing right here, we're going to put all these dudes onto this. This our people that have potential. Now, I see that very much in the tech world now. You already listening. These tech dudes is trying to tell you a little bit of the same kind of way. We putting people on that got these skills. And the people that talk about the equipment is very much the same thing. We want to put y'all all on. We have big channels getting littler channel people, coming on littler channels to them coming on littler channels. This is the kind of energy that we're trying to put out there. We put everybody on. To get weighed. He put me on because he knows when I come in, I weigh a certain amount. I'm on, then I weigh a certain amount to be here. I mean, people talk about all these entities and they don't really even these religious people. They don't even really look at what it is to be the supreme, to feel that the supreme, how it is to just feel being the supreme being. They don't even get that. They call on these things that they never even try to experience being these things. I mean, when you see Men in Black and they show you where they open this small world up, in the world, when you open it up, they think you God. Yeah, they discovered a race where it just lives in this little small world that can be contained like a plant. When you put a plant in a small aquarium, you're God to the plants. When you feed the plants, I got this big tree behind me, which leaves. This tree was tickling me earlier. I was doing some shit earlier and it was tickling me. It was funny. I had to do some shit and I'm getting these branches tickling me. These plants know I feed it. They know it's me. These two big trees know that it's me that feed them, that give them plant food. They know. I've had this plant 11 years, this other one 6 or 7. They know it's me. So am I their God? No. We both enjoy in existence. I just help put them on. They clean my air. They make my place more beautiful. They're just as much as my babies as I want to kill my cats for fucking with them. Because these plants got every right to exist as these goddamn cats. And I was getting pissed at the cats till I figured out a way to make them quit fucking with them. Because they both have the right to exist. And I'm gladful to take care of them both. So, be the best you can be. Find your passion. Find other people around you that share your passion. Find other people around you that is doing it. And if they ain't doing it, they want to do it. And they hungry. Keep these kind of people around you. Keep people around you that have a little bit of everything, where everybody has value. That's it. Hey, you know so and so can do this? Well, I can't do it, but I know so and so can do it and they okay. That's what we want. And before you know a community. I may not know a community, but I know a nigga that do. And I fit right in. Shit, we know a couple of my homeboys. And be like, motherfucker, you know so and so, so and so, so and so. Oh, you know so? Yeah. I know him too. Well, I guess I got the message out for tonight. The message never stops. Inspiration always comes. It's like, oh. But it's fun. Thank you guys for almost 3 hours. The ones that listen, the ones that listen in the future. These shows are more meaningful, I think, than any other shows I've done before. So thank you. Each show is better than the last. Each show should be more informative than the last. I never tackle the major questions of the day. You know, I try to capture what is going to make us better. What does it mean to you? What does that mean to me? That's it. That's it. Well, I really got shit to do tomorrow. Till about 12. This has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I've been your super funky host, Big Pontiac. Till we meet again, say less.